Hi guys, good day. My name is Albert and I'm going to talk about the Notebook LM. So before we dive into the demo, let's talk about what Notebook LM actually is. Notebook LM is Google's AI-powered research notebook, basically a thinking partner that works on your material, not the whole internet. You feed it your sources like PDFs, Google Docs, web pages, even spreadsheets and transcripts. And it helps you turn that messy pile of information into something clear and usable. So instead of copy pasting notes everywhere, you can ask it questions, get summaries, generate outlines, or even have it turn your sources into things like study notes, reports, or scripts that you can build on. What makes NotebookLM different from a typical chatbot is that it's grounded in the sources you give it. That means its answers are based on your uploaded documents with citations, so you can see exactly where the information came from and double check anything important. It's more like a research assistant trained just on your project. Google has also been steadily upgrading it, adding support for more file types, tighter integration with Google Workspace, and new features like deeper research modes that can pull in high quality sources for you when you're exploring a topic. So, whether you're a student, a researcher, or just someone juggling a lot of information, Notebook LM is designed to sit in the middle of all that and help you make sense of it. In this video, I'm not going to cover every single feature. I'll focus on giving you a feel of how it works in practice so you can decide if it fits into your own workflow. So, without further ado, let's watch the video made by Notebook LM itself.
So imagine an AI that doesn't just know a little bit about everything, but becomes a complete expert on, well, on your world. That's really the whole idea behind Google's Notebook LM. See, this isn't just another chatbot that knows the internet. Nope, this is a personal research assistant that learns from one thing and one thing only: the stuff you give it.
You know that feeling, right? You're just drowning in a sea of documents, reports, articles, meeting notes, you name it. You know the important stuff is in there somewhere, but actually finding it, it feels like looking for a needle in a haystack. It's that classic problem of just too much information. Now, you're probably thinking, hey, can't I just use a regular AI for this? And that's where the big difference comes in. A general AI, it pulls from the entire internet. That means it can get sidetracked, or worse, it can make stuff up, what we call hallucinating. Notebook LM is totally different. It is laser-focused, building its knowledge only from the files you give it. Everything is grounded in your sources, which means you can actually trust it. And that gets us to the absolute core of what this is. You're not just using an AI here, you are actively building your own personal expert, one that's been trained exclusively on the information that you care about. The magic trick that makes this all work is a concept called grounding. Honestly, this is the secret sauce. What it means is that every single answer, every summary, every idea that the AI comes up with is tied directly back to the documents you uploaded. There's no random information from the web. And this is what makes its responses not just relevant, but actually trustworthy. So how do you even get started? It's super simple, really just a three-step process. First, you upload your sources. Second, the AI basically crams and studies all that material to become an expert on it. And third, you just start asking questions and get those reliable, grounded insights. It's designed to be completely intuitive. And what you can feed it is pretty impressive. We're talking your standard PDFs and text files, sure, but also live websites, your Google Docs, and even Google Slides. That kind of flexibility means it can probably slide right into whatever workflow you're already using. Okay, this is where Notebook LM really starts to shine. We're moving way beyond just simple summaries and into something much, much more powerful: having a real conversation with your documents. You can ask it questions just like you would ask a person. For example, you could upload some dense 100-page report and just ask it, hey, what are the 5 biggest takeaways from this thing? And boom, here's that grounding concept in action. The AI doesn't just give you a list, it gives you citations. See those little numbers? That link every single point right back to the exact spot in your document where it found that information. This is all about trust and being able to check the work. You click on any of those little numbers and you're instantly taken to the exact highlighted sentence in your original file. You never have to guess where an idea came from. But hey, it's not just for serious formal questions. You can use it as a creative partner. You can ask it to turn a complex idea into a simple haiku, or maybe draft an email about it, or even help you come up with an interview script. This can seriously unlock some brand new ways of looking at your material. All right, let's talk about what might be the most game-changing feature of all. What if you could take all that dense text and turn it into a dynamic, personalized audio briefing? And I want to be crystal clear here. We are not just talking about some robotic voice reading a document out loud. No, this is something completely different and way, way cooler. It's called an audio overview. What happens is NotebookLM generates a natural-sounding conversation between two AI hosts. They actually discuss, debate, and explain the key points from your documents so it feels like you're listening to a custom-made podcast. And the dialogue is amazing. It's so conversational. The hosts will reference specific points, they'll build on each other's ideas, and they just make the information incredibly easy to digest. It's like having your own personal analysts breaking everything down just for you. I mean, just think about the possibilities here. You could get a custom audio summary of your meeting notes for your commute home, or a personalized daily news briefing made just for you from the sources you picked. This really could be the future of how we consume information. So now that you get how powerful this is, how do you make sure you get the absolute best results? Let's quickly run through 4 best practices to help you really master your new AI assistant. First up, choose your sources carefully. Remember, the AI is only as smart as the info you give it. Garbage in, garbage out, right? Second, ask clear, specific questions to get the best answers. Third, don't be afraid to experiment. Ask for a pro-con list or a comparison or a new format. And finally, always bring your own brain to the party. Use your expertise to review and verify what it gives you. And that's the number 1 takeaway here. NotebookLM is an incredibly powerful partner, for sure, but it's designed to make you smarter, not to replace you. Your judgment and your expertise are what makes this tool go from cool to absolutely essential. So, all of this brings us to one final, really interesting question. With a tool like this, one that can master any subject you give it, what's the first thing you're going to teach your personal AI expert? What's that big, complex problem you'll ask it to help you solve first? The possibilities are pretty mind-blowing.
Alright, so that's Notebook LM in a nutshell. An AI first notebook that doesn't try to replace your thinking but supports it. You bring your sources, it helps you read faster, connect ideas, and move from I have all this information to I actually understand it and can use it. Whether that means prepping for an exam, planning a project, or just finally organizing a topic you've been putting off. The goal is to save you time and mental energy. So if you want to try it yourself, the best way is to pick one real project you're already working on. Upload a few documents, ask it the questions you're already asking in your head, and see how far it can take you. Thanks for watching, and if this helps you understand what Notebook LM is about, feel free to like, share, or drop your own use cases in the comments. I'd love to see how you end up using it. So that is Notebook LM for you. Bye guys!